So thanks everybody for coming to interesting start to a Rise and Grind 2.0. We've got a lot of people queued up to present, so looking forward to hearing what people have to say. Hopefully you can all see the screen share with everybody's files. Let me know if you can't. And we'll get through it. And we're going to start it off with Sam.
Hi, everyone. Sam Kelmer from Brixmore. Hope you're all doing well. Wanted to talk about Burlington Square today. I have a pretty high visibility space that's coming back. It's the Piera Aveda Spa, which is right across the street from the Burlington Mall. It's a 12,500 square foot space. It's right at the corner of Middlesex and Mall Road. You can't miss it. It's probably one of the best spots in Burlington. Pretty big space. Fully built out as a salon, so that's probably the best use. I was always thought that it was crazy that a salon would need that much space, but if I could find somebody to take that whole thing, that'd be great. We could subdivide it there, but it's structural slab, so it's going to be challenging to do so. So yeah, it's that vacancy that's shown there, right next to Blaze Pizza. So yeah, if anyone has any thoughts, let me know. If you're a broker out there, even if you don't have an exclusive relationship with a tenant, feel free to, pitch it to them. I'll absolutely honor that. And yeah, I would just trying to get it filled. And it's a really good spot. So if anyone has any ideas, let me know. Thanks.
So I'm going to run through some of our new vacancies. Oh, I'm Amy from Kimco, and we'll start in Hamden. Okay, there we go. In Hamden, we have the 11,000 square feet still available next to Edge. And then we also have the ability to recapture the Joanne fabric space. It's about 25,000 square feet. And anytime after February 21, that'll be available. So now over to West Farms. Our property just down the road from the mall. We have 3,500 square feet available on the end cap, a former restaurant. And then we're also getting the Petco back in January, 15,000 square feet that can be divided. Over to Salem, New Hampshire. We have a small 2,400 square foot space that was a former coffee factory location, and 4,300 square feet, the current Bob's, that we can get back in June 2021. That can also be divided potentially. Our other New Hampshire property in Nashua, lots of restaurants didn't make it through COVID here, so we have the Moe's space, 2,400 square feet behind David's Bridal, and then up front, Mazza Mediterranean, 2,100 square feet, facing Daniel Webster Highway. We're getting the Pier 1 back here, 10,000 square feet, the former Avenue, 5,700, and then Modell's left, 21,000, and that can be divided as well. And then over to Hyannis. We have some more COVID fallout here. The Pier 1, 9,000 square feet, facing Route 123, and then a restaurant, 6,500 square feet, that former El Rodeo, and then 1,500 square feet, the former hair cuttery. And then I'll finish on the Cape in Falmouth. The former Friendly's, 3,800 square feet. Out parcel, and then we also have a salon, 1,450 square feet, and the space next to Planet, 6,200 square feet. That potentially could be combined if we get Olympia back, or if we get the space next to the 6,200 square feet. So if you have any 11,000 square foot users, we would take a look at that as well. And that's it for me.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Max Bechtold. I work at WS Development. One of the shopping centers I lease is the Shops at Blackstone Valley in Millbury, Massachusetts. This is one of our strongest assets. It's got a really, really large pull. There's nothing else really like it out in Central Mass. And so we see upwards of 9 million visitors a year coming here. And one of the uses we're looking to bring is really great QSR player. This is another asset that we're looking to kind of elevate and bring to the next level. So it's a great opportunity to join a really exceptional food and beverage program here. Some of our restaurant tenants are seeing the top of their respective portfolios. It's also a really great branching point into some of the other properties we have in Central and Western Mass and into Connecticut even, as there's a really great synergy between our properties here and in Hadley and in Canton. So it's we have the space that I'm speaking specifically is up by AT&T in Torrid. It's an 1,800-foot former subway. So it's got really exceptional condition and a great opportunity for a QSR to come in and take a space with a minimal investment, ready to go.
All right, hey everybody, Josh Kulak with CBRE. Got a couple of listings I want to talk about, and then I'll talk about some tenants as well. So going to start off with Burlington, Massachusetts. Sam kind of set me up a little bit with this one. So right at the corner of Middlesex Turnpike and Burlington Mall Road, we also have a vacant space. 6,800 square feet is available today. It's the former Thomasville space, so furniture space, pretty open, high ceilings. And then we also could have the ability to take back men's. So the men's warehouse space gets you another 7,000 square feet. So potential anywhere from 6,800 to 14,000 square feet right at a very highly trafficked intersection in Burlington. Got a great signage opportunity facing Middlesex Turnpike. So ideal spot for, any national tenants looking to really get that brand recognition or new tenants coming into the market. Moving on to the second property in Franklin. So we do all of the work for Cedar Realty Trust in Massachusetts and Connecticut. Close to a dozen properties we work on with them. Well, one I wanted to highlight today is Franklin Village Plaza. So this is really the dominant center in Franklin, right off of 495, Stop and Shop and Marshall's anchored. I'll highlight a few spaces here. You can kind of see the availabilities on the screen, but one I want to point out is the former Dress Barn space, 8,000 square feet. We could combine that with the adjacent space next to Marshall's to get close to 11,000 square feet. Another space I'll highlight is kind of right below Stop and Shop, so pretty close to the entrance. Right next to Chipotle and Verizon is the former Firehouse subspace, about 2,500 square feet. And then the last space I'll point out that we are just getting back now is the British Beer Company. They're 5,700 square feet. And they're in space 38. It's a little hard to see with the plan there, but they're on the right side of the plaza. It kind of backs up to 495. So existing restaurant space. I think there's going to be a lot of interest in that, hopefully. Moving on to the tenants. First one I'll talk about is Speedway. So we just started doing their work in Southern New Hampshire. That's really where their focus is to expand. They've got about a dozen sites there right now. They're really looking to grow their kind of full-size footprint, which is they really need like 1.5 acres to 2 acres is ideal. They prefer to buy, will consider ground leases, but they're definitely their preference is to buy. So any good corner sites or good gas sites that you see in Southern New Hampshire, we'll take a look at. The last tenant I want to mention is Charter Communications. For those of you who don't know them, they're a cable provider. They also sell cell phones. Their footprint is 3,000 to 4,000 square feet. and they've been one of the few active tenants throughout COVID. So we've signed about 7 deals with them now, a couple in Connecticut, a few in Massachusetts, and the rest in New Hampshire and Maine. Working on a few more right now in various stages of the deal process. But I would say anywhere you have a good 3,000 to 4,000 square foot site, really anywhere in New England, we'll be happy to take a look at it. One of the restrictions they do have is it has to be kind of their territory. So to give you an idea, they can't be operating in the same place where an Xfinity is. There's actually governmental restrictions that prevent that from happening. But we could vet that out for you pretty quickly. So feel free to send any sites over.
Morning, everybody. It's Steve Patton. We are working on a former bank branch in Rocky Hill, Connecticut, just south of I-91, exit 24. The building is 2,740 square feet, sits on just under an acre. Traffic light at the intersection, double drive-through with a bypass lane. Great visibility, good piece of property, available for lease at $60,000 a year.
This is Lindsay Sandell. I don't know if it's my turn to go. I was just told that I was unmuted. Is it all right if I give my 2 updates now? Okay, thanks. Sorry I'm not on video, guys. I have a meeting in the city right now, socially distant one, and I'm horrified at all the boarded up storefronts in the Back Bay. But anyways, on that note, we have 2 new listings on Newbury Street. One was going to be available regardless of COVID at 131 Newbury Street. The former T2 location, they just never really took off in the States, and it was an Australian company. And that is a walk-up space just under 1,600 square feet above Winston's Flowers between Clarendon and Dartmouth Street. That's available now. They vacated in the past month. While it's a walk-up, it does have a direct entrance into the space, so you don't have to go through 2 doors to get into it. And then the second space is on the block between Hereford and Mass Ave, where our office is. We have the former, this is a COVID casualty, the former Body Squad space, which was a stretching concept, actually a client of mine, that unfortunately just couldn't make it through this time. That space is about 1,800 square feet. It's walk down, but you have an at-grade street entrance, and then there's an ADA lift once you're inside with stairs going down. So it could be good for a fitness or wellness type concept or traditional retail. The rent is pretty affordable for Newbury Street, somewhere in the high 60s triple net, and the nets are about $15 a foot. And I forgot to mention at the 131 Newbury Street space, we're asking $150 plus about $24 in net.
I hope people can hear me because I'm rattled right now. I'll tell you right now, Brant muted me. This is John Ferris, CBRE. My brother's texting my family chain right now, making fun of me. I'm really rattled. So, I mean, this year's been enough to deal with. All right, where do I start? Listings. Woburn, Mass. We're picking up the Kimco Center. Pier 1 space is going to be back available. 10,500 square feet. Should have possession somewhat soon. It's going to go through the bankruptcy process. End cap, you can't miss it as you get off the highway. Although one tenant obviously would be preferred. In Framingham, we have the Regency listing. the old title boxing space. We had a deal that died during COVID because of it. 5,400 feet on the end cap. Same story, could subdivide, prefer one tenant. No title boxing. And then in Northborough, Regency Center, we had a great run of tenants the past couple of years between Old Navy, Home Sense. We did an Indian restaurant, Wegmans and BJ's anchored. We have anywhere from a couple thousand square feet up to just under 60,000 square feet with the former Toys R Us. On the tenant side, my Popeyes guy is as active as ever. He just closed in Lawrence on the former Sonic on Monday. At lease and or under contract in Woburn and in Saugus, and he's looking to take advantage of some restaurants that won't reopen. So the only difference now is drive-through in the suburbs is a must-have because of COVID. It was a preferred to have before. Now they need to have it because of the pandemic. And then Planet Fitness, Robert Bledsoe and I have 2 franchisees that encompass, one is Middlesex and Essex counties. They have 12 existing units. Still have a bunch of holes out there. And then the Boston area group that has Boston, Cambridge, and a few suburban markets like Lexington and Belmont. 18 to 20,000 square feet. If anybody has any listings that have gyms in it that won't be reopening, we'd love to talk to you. They're looking to come out of this market being aggressive. And I'll mute myself so Brandon doesn't have to do it for me.
Awesome. Hey guys, Travis Ginsburg, Summit Realty Partners. New deal we did over in Danvers on Andover Street. We did a deal with Today's Collision, took 8,000 square feet next to National Tire and Battery and Enterprise Rent-A-Car. That property is now 100% occupied. New properties in Marlboro on the east side of town, 526 Boston Post Road. A freestanding 1,175 square foot asset with a drive-through. It was formerly a bank, then it was a solar business, but right on the road, right across the street from the Walgreens and the Honeydew Donuts, closer on the Target side. Really nice asset. In Hudson, New Hampshire on Lowell Road, 257 Lowell Road. DCU is leaving at the end of January, 4,000 square feet. Does have a drive-through. It's on the same side of the road as the Sam's Club and across the street from the Walmart. Few active tenants, both restaurants, both require drive-through. First, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. These guys are super active these days. This group particular is looking for a 2021 deal from Wrentham, Mass to the south, including Bristol, Rhode Island. They look for 18 to 2,500 square feet with the drive-through. Preference is to be close to a college, but we'll look at traditional retail assets that aren't. Mr. Max, also very active, gourmet macaroni and cheese concept based out of Manchester, New Hampshire. They have 4 locations, looking for 5, 6, and 7, 2,500 square feet to 3,000 square feet. Also with the drive-through, target markets, Worcester, Framingham, Saugus, Salem, New Hampshire, and Marlboro. However, we will look elsewhere if you have a good property for us. Thank you.
Good morning, guys. Riley Merritt with Beer Briar. Hope you're all doing well. Just wanted to touch on our property in Arlington Heights, right by the Lexington line. We've got about 3,300 square feet. That was the former Prime Butcher space there. We're high on food. The community has been asking us for a breakfast and lunch cafe type concept there for a long time now, so we're trying to find something along those lines. We've also got 1,370 square feet that is currently hair cuttery, and we're getting that space back beginning of next month. Obviously built out as a salon, a couple ADA bathrooms, so I think that's probably the highest and best use, but we're open to a number of other uses. The advantage that the center has in that market is it's really the only one in the area with parking. We're a stone's throw away from Trader Joe's, Starbucks, Walgreens, just up Mass Ave, and then Whole Foods Market is about a mile in the other direction. So if you have anybody in mind, please let me know.
Morning, everyone. Lindsay Dismetri from WS Development. Sorry for the background noise. I tried to lock my kids in the closet, but they picked the lock. So apologies for that. We have shifted properties, so I am back handling a lot of our centers north of Boston into southern New Hampshire. So I have quite a few that I want to talk about. So if I hit my time limit, Michael, just buzz me out or something. So North Beverly Plaza, our Shaw Center on 55 Dodge Street. We have Phoenix Lawn Suites opening up there. They're under construction. Super excited for them to open. We will be getting the Be Good space back. It's 3,500 square feet, built out restaurant space, so second gen food, if anybody has any food tenants looking. I also have the Dress Barn space there that's 7,300 square feet. So love to fill those two spaces. Medical, physical therapy, and food are my targets right now. Chelmsford, our center on Drumhill Road, where we have a Walmart and a Hannaford's. We are getting Applebee's back here at the expiration of their lease, which I had this center 2 years ago and always got calls on it, so it's super exciting. However, we're looking to kind of revamp the whole pad front of that center that's on Drumhill. So there's a Dunkin' and Applebee's, and then there's a Boston Market and Einstein Brothers. So we're gonna try to reposition some of those pads, but lots of opportunity, whether it be for food, bank, or sell, or any other small tenant. Definitely, we will have drive-throughs. We're looking at all different iterations of that. So lots of great opportunity on Drumhill, which is a super busy, highly desirable location there. Then Malden, I have a pad site available on Route 99, so 60 Broadway. We can knock down the building, deliver pad ready. It's a former Eastern Bank space. It's currently 6,000 square feet, but we could do a 2-tenant building or a single user with a drive-through. The bank had a drive-through, so if they're, Ferris, what about Popeyes for here? It's a great market for that use, but any food bank, that is Malden, 60 Broadway, available there. In Medford, our Town Line Plaza, which is where we have Crunch Fitness, Dollar Tree, Johnny Brewer's Tavern. I got back a 6,000 square foot former medical space. So it's fully built out for a medical. It was Iora Health. So if you have any doctors looking, we do have a dentist there. So it's got to be not dental, could do ortho. But medical use for there, 6,000 square feet, beautiful build out for that. Stoneham, Redstone Plaza. I have this center now, and it's a beautiful center. This is where we have Target, LA Fitness, Marshalls, Michaels. We have some rejiggering per se going on, but I will have 10,000 square feet available and potentially 5,600 available as well, for anybody who's looking in the Stoneham area. I'll do one more and then I'll stop because I know there's a bunch of other people. New Hampshire, Amherst, New Hampshire, 101A Amherst Street. I have the former Loyal Companion, 6,400 square feet available that can be subdivided to 2 different spaces if need be. You can cut me off now. Thanks. You're muted, Michael.
Am I on? Can everybody hear me? Sorry. Hey guys, nice to see everyone's face and hear everyone's voices. So I just wanted to mention a couple different sites that I have available. One is an existing restaurant building that is for sale in Waltham on Moody Street. It's a 2,800 square foot building. Inline, like the second block in on Moody Street when you're coming over the Charles there on the right. And full service restaurant. It was a barbecue place. All the infrastructure is in place. and there also is a 2 a.m. liquor license attached with it as well. Including the license, the owner is looking for $1 million, and we're not really entertaining anything below that. This was also a COVID casualty, which makes sense. You know, I can certainly understand that someone going into a contract like that would be kind of spooked. But for an experienced operator, someone that's familiar with the area, it makes a lot of sense, and it's not a bad deal at all. And then I also have another former restaurant space in the south end on Tremont Street, which is 540 Tremont Street. And that is kind of right in the heart of the, I guess you could call it, you know, it's really kind of the center of the market. 1,500 feet walk down with a 1,500 foot lower level. The previous restaurant had their kitchen on the lower level, as well as another bar and some seating. It's been taken down to the studs, but it's a really pretty space, brick and beam kind of throughout, with a good ceiling height on the lower level, and all the kitchen infrastructure still in place. Obviously, we wouldn't get rid of that stuff. So same thing, we had a deal with a James Beard award-winning chef, and for obvious reasons, you know, that's been kind of put on hold, so I figured it was worth mentioning. And then the third and final one I wanted to mention today is a new listing that we just kind of signed on with about a week ago, and that is 400 Mystic Ave in Somerville. And it's a residential building with 27 luxury apartments, and there's a couple different spaces, a couple, basically have 3 1,000 square foot spaces that can be combined, but they're currently demised. Some food infrastructure in place, but I don't think we have full venting. There is some parking on site here. And then the last thing I wanted to mention too is, you know, for those of you familiar with the submarket, Mystic Ave is a bit of a highway in itself, but there's also potential for a sign to be put on the roof of this building, which would have highway visibility on Route I-93, which if I had done my homework, I would have known how many cars. It's a pretty easy one, but whatever, it's probably 200,000 cars a day. So that's pretty much it. Thanks.
Guys, can you hear me? It's Leslie. I'm not sure if we have visual or not, but sorry I don't have brochures. The properties I want to talk about are brand new listings. Sorry, I wish I could be at my desk, but I am in the car on my way to the Nashua Toys Box for a showing. Don't forget that that's for sale. I want to talk about the Chili's Pad in Danvers on Route 1 at Danvers Crossing. We have that coming available for sale. So right on Route 1 in front of Danvers Crossing with Big Lots.
There's not going to be pro am. It's not like anything's going to go on that day.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Guys?
Okay.
We can hear you, Leslie.
I'm on a Zoom.
Okay, sorry, I could hear someone else talking. So,
Right.
so the property on Route 1 in Danvers, it's next to Harbor Freight, and David's Bridal, the registry of motor vehicles, sees about 650 customers a day. The Chili's is out on Route 1 directly across from Costco. And then at Horn Pond Plaza, COVID tragedies, well, I guess hair cuttery was kind of already in the works. 1,700 square foot hair cuttery space coming available immediately, and the yoga workspace there is 2,550 square feet. If you guys know that center, it's on the Winchester line. It's anchored by Whole Foods with a Rite Aid that just transformed and renovated to a Walgreens. Great tenant synergy over there. So had tons of interest already, just thinking that the hair cuttery space was coming available, but now we have that and the yoga work. So anybody you're working with that you think would be a good fit with that Whole Foods anchored center, there's over 309,000 people in 5 miles with incomes of about 140,000, and in 10 miles is 1.4 million people. So it draws a little bit from Winchester, a lot from Winchester and Woburn, a little from Lexington, Burlington, all the surrounding, even Arlington. So if anybody has anybody that think would be interested, the marketing materials are being updated now, and you guys will probably get blasts on both of those next week. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good to see you and good to hear from everyone. I know this is a change of pace from the last few webinars we've been having on Rise and Grind, and good to hear what everybody's up to these days, for sure. We've definitely seen some COVID fallout in our portfolio as well, and we're just updating market material and keeping all that rolling. And luckily, the interest level has still been pretty good from prospective tenants out there. So hopefully we'll all have a lot of traction on these vacancies soon. Couple properties to talk about, a couple new deals, and a tenant that's looking. So I think I'll kick it off with Saugus. We have a property there at 600 Broadway. It's right in front of Home Depot on the northbound side. It's a really sharp-looking center. We relocated Four Eyes to that property a couple years ago, and also downsized FedEx to make way for that. But we have the former mattress firm space there. It's 2 spaces now. We've divided it 3,300 square feet, 1,618 square feet. Just want to let everybody know that at our asking rent of $35 a square foot, we've got up to $50 a square foot in TI available, and we're offering a full commission of 5% to any broker that brings a tenant that has more than 25 locations. And if your tenant has less than 25 locations, we're still offering an enhanced fee. It's just not 5%. So very motivated landlord, is a deal maker. We just need to bring some tenants his way. And luckily, we've already had some pretty good interest since we just put this on. So that's Saugus. Please keep it in mind. The next one I'm going to talk about is skipping up to 603, where businesses can actually be open, live free or die. We've got Airport Commons, which is a property that I feel like I've worked on forever. Finally got renovated a couple years ago, and we just recently signed a lease and got all the permits that we needed for a 21,000 square foot Tractor Supply Company. So Michael, if you go to the next page, you'll see the site plan. But Tractor Supply Company is going in. We have an existing movie theater that's already there, and we also signed a lease with Coldwell Banker Residential to open up a real estate office. So you can see we still have some space available here, and we also have a couple of proposed pads. So please keep it in mind. It's great to see that Tractor Supply is doing great as a retailer and continuing to expand. So that's Guilford. And then the last one on the property side, which also includes a new deal, is the Village Mall in Methuen, which is right on the Salem-Methuen line on 28. Got a tremendous amount of vehicles per day here. We recently lost Fuddruckers at this property. They decided to close this location. So we have signed a replacement deal with a concept called Ellie's Farmhouse Restaurant. It's going to be a breakfast and lunch concept. Some very seasoned restaurateurs who are opening it. They're under construction, and they should be open later this summer. So that's good news there. And then we have one inline space available. And then I'll also mention that this shopping center is available for sale as well. It's been owned by the same family for 40 years. They have it on the market for some estate planning reasons. So not a huge rush to sell, but it is available for the right buyer. So please keep that in mind. The asking price is $14 million, which is an 8.1% cap rate. So that's the Village Mall in Methuen. And then just wanted to throw it out there. We have a company that we're helping expand. It's called Goddard School. You've probably all seen our email blast. Just want to make sure you're keeping it in mind. We need 10,000 square feet plus an outdoor area of at least 5,000 square feet. We've got a couple irons in the fire around the Boston area for 2 active franchisees, but we would like to continue to see more options. These are very complicated deals, and we'd definitely like to have a couple more sites to put in front of them. So please keep us in mind. Example, would be like that Pier 1 in Woburn. Unfortunately, that's too close to an existing school, but that would be a great space for us to backfill. So that's all for me. Again, great to see everybody.
Hello, everybody. Good to see everyone out there. Hope everyone's doing well. Just wanted to touch base, let everybody know that despite all the goings on out there, we are still acquiring. We are still looking for a similar type product, minimum $3 million, no maximum. Ideal range is in the $5 to $20 million range. We're probably not going to look at mediocre stuff in the suburbs right now, but if you have any great properties in Boston or Brookline or Newton or Needham or Somerville or Cambridge, and we'll buy either strips of stores, whole centers, freestanding banks or anything, and that's what we're up to. So I know you guys are doing a lot of speaking with the landlords that you have right now. So no better time to pitch them about the idea of selling and cashing out than it is today. So I just wanted to touch base, say hello to everybody, and make sure you bring us some deals. And lastly, everybody seemed a little quiet out there. So we wanted to make sure things are getting a little hopping here. So everybody get out for just a minute or two and get those juices flowing, all right? And we look forward to seeing some deals from everybody. All right. That's it. I'm finished.
Hey, well, Rick, thanks for the setup. Appreciate it. Awesome. And thank you to Chris, Sam, Evan, and Michael for setting this up. Just a couple of, I have 2 tenant requirements I'd like to touch on. First of all, I do have a tenant who operates a successful restaurant in Cambridge, and believe it or not, during COVID, he has asked me to find him a second location. He's looking for 4,000 to 7,000 square feet in either Brookline, Newton, Burlington, or Woburn. And he lives in southern New Hampshire, so his goal would be to hit his Cambridge restaurant and have something he can hit on the way to his restaurant. So please let me know if you have restaurants that meet those requirements. I'm also working with a brewer and tap house who's looking for 4,000 to 7,000 square feet in Billerica, Lowell, or Chelmsford. And they are very adept at building out non-traditional build outs. So they don't need traditional restaurant space because they're going to have the big tanks and everything. So if you have anything that's suitable for that, please let me know. I have a couple of spaces looking for tenants. First, I have a gas convenience operator in southern New Hampshire who's building 3 new gas convenience stores, one in Raymond, one in Bedford, and one in Londonderry. These are already permitted, and they're looking to open in 2021. And he also has an existing gas convenience store in Auburn. And I am helping them with leasing the QSR operations for these centers. We're looking at 1,200 to 1,800 square feet on these. If you have a QSR operator looking for 1,200 to 800 square feet, can operate in the GNC Center with a drive-through, I'd be happy to speak with you. All of the locations have drive-throughs, Auburn, Bedford, and Londonderry, except the Raymond store does not have a drive-through. Also, in addition to these, to the gas and convenience operation in Raymond, we also have a pad space, 1 acre pad space coming up on the market attached to this development that is suitable for QSR with drive-through as well. I'm in the process of putting the marketing materials together for these, and I'll get those out shortly. So that's the Raymond requirement. And I also have 2 other centers. I have 3,000 square feet available in North Concord in a neighborhood center anchored by a BP station and a post office, laundromat, and a restaurant. And I just have 2 spaces left at Heritage Place Shopping Center in Amherst. We just signed 5 leases there, so things, despite COVID, have been moving forward. I just have a 2,500 square foot space and a 1,350 square foot space. The center offers excellent visibility, parking, access with signalized intersection. And the asking rents there are $10 a square foot plus triple net. That's all I have, and look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Good morning, guys. It's Robin Estes with Atlantic. New listing that I wanted to mention. So in the West End North Station neighborhood, right across from TE Garden, we're listing the former Ace ticket space on the corner of Causeway and Friend Street. It's about 1,600 feet. Unfortunately, there's no venting, so no heavy cooking uses, but that's brand new, bringing that to market. As far as tenant rep work, Circle K convenience stores are still extremely active. Urban sites only, no gas, just strictly a convenience store. Looking for roughly 3,000 feet, end caps preferred. Again, that's only in Boston, Cambridge, Somerville, Brookline. And lastly, it wouldn't be Rise and Grind if I didn't mention Chase ATMs. But these days, bit of a higher priority in the suburbs for any drive-up ATMs. So any centers, preferably grocery anchored or daily needs, where you have 8 to 10 parking spaces. They'll do a ground lease or traditional lease depending on what's preferred, but 8 to 10 parking spaces for a drive-up ATM for Chase. Pretty much anywhere inside of 495 is on their radar. That's all I got.
Around Lindsay's. There we go. Everybody, Evan Eisenhart, Linear Retail Properties. Going to talk about 2 of our properties today. Some existing vacancy with some COVID fallout. So first one will be, I guess, North Andover. So North Andover, we've had the 2,805 square foot space end cap available. We are at lease and close to signing a lease for that end cap. However, it looks like we're going to get our Chico space back now. We're working through that now, but that's a little over 2,800 square feet as well, 2,807. Identical to the other end cap where we could do food. So that will be coming available. It's new. Yankee Candle, which is showing occupied on the site plan that you're looking at, will become available now as well. It's 2,168 square feet. We have already some potential interest that was looking at our subdivision of the Pier 1 space that may just take this because it's already teed up, but we will be marketing that. And then we have our Pier 1 box that we're going to be marketing. Ideally, we'd like one 10,000 square foot user, but we have some subdivision plans that would subdivide the space 3 ways. You get 2 approximately 2,500 square foot spaces, and then another one that's around 5,600 square feet. So if you have anybody that's interested, let us know. Our asking rents, depending on which space and where in the center, will range between 30s to 40s triple net, and our nets here are a little over $8 a square foot. So that's it for North Andover. Then moving on to Westboro. We have, so if you're not familiar with our Westboro site, we own the Chipotle Crunch building on the corner of Lyman Street and Route 9 in Westboro, which is the first lighted intersection as you come into Westboro, going westbound from Southborough to Shrewsbury. We've been marketing a former end cap that was a subdivided space from a mattress firm. We have a hair cuttery space that's available, but we're at lease and close to signing that. But we will now have our AT&T space back, which is left, I think it's a COVID casualty. They're right to the left of the hair cuttery space. So they technically could be combined. The other deal's not finalized yet. That space is big. It's 2,839 square feet. In Westboro, we're asking low to mid 30s triple net, and the net's here around $7.50 a square foot. That's all I got.
Am I on? Okay. Hey, everybody. Danny Schwartz, Summit Realty Partners. Hopefully everyone's going well. Here from our conference room here in Lexington. Wanted to announce that we had a recent deal in Lunenburg, Massachusetts. is our Rainy Nail Salon that we got done before coronavirus, which was great. And so from there on, we have actually two spaces available there as well in Lunenburg, where it's a Walmart and Hannaford anchored shopping center. And there we have two spaces, that one's 2,500 square foot space, as well as a 6,000 square foot space too. Yep, there we go. And then so we have 6,000 square foot space there as well. Also, a pad site is available at the front entrance, as well as an ATM available within the parking space. And with that ATM, they would have to take the inline space as well. So something to keep in mind there if they're looking in Lunenburg. Secondly, we have a restaurant space at our Alter Union House in downtown Framingham. Downtown Framingham, this Alter Union House has 196 high-end units that have been very well and have done very well leasing itself, as well as the units itself. The people there have an average income of over 110,000 per person. So strong high-end income there, but we are looking for a restaurant space. It's about 2,500 square foot space. We're asking $18, triple net, and that's there, $7. And so if you have a restaurant looking downtown Framingham, please let us know. Thirdly, we have a new listing in Tewksbury. In Tewksbury, we have it's an Ocean State Job Lots and Crunch Fitness anchored shopping center. And from there, we have an 8,700 square foot space, inline space, that we are looking for a $10 strip on that, as well as 1,000 plus or minus square foot space in line as well, and that is $22 trip on that. And we're looking, and the nets there are $5.45, and we are flexible on both those uses. So if you have anybody in mind looking in Tewksbury, please let us know.
Hey everyone, it's Roberto Cordero, CBRE. Hope everyone's staying healthy. I want to talk about two listings I'm working on. One is in Saugus on Route 1 southbound side. It's the Hilltop site. We have two spaces available. One is the end cap unit right next to Everybody Fights, which is under construction right at the entrance. It has an outdoor patio. I think it'll be great for any fast casual concept that's looking in Saugus. Also have 1,600 square feet available in between Geico and Aspen. I think it'd be a great site, pretty much for any service-related retailer. We also have in the back of the center 280 apartments by Avalon. So, you know, residents could just walk over, which would be great. And then another listing I want to talk about on going south on Route 1 is in Plainville, Mass. It's a convenient MD Starbucks anchored center. We are at lease with a yoga tenant that's taking about 1,500 square feet. That should be wrapped up pretty soon. And then that would leave us with about 4,000 square feet. So if anyone looking on that Route 1 stretch, has great pylon, good visibility, let me know. And then active tenants I'm working on. Actually, John Ferris and I just picked up the Wings Over account. Franchisee has about 11 locations in between Connecticut and Massachusetts. He also has 14 Mo's, Southwest Grill, and in between Connecticut and Mass. So we're looking for about 1,300 to 1,500 square feet. Second gen restaurant spaces preferred. Looking in Waltham, Watertown, Brighton, Newton. So if you guys have any second gen restaurant space in those markets, please let myself or John know. Another tenant that's pretty active is a Mexican restaurant, fast casual concept, has several locations all across Massachusetts. And he also is looking for second gen restaurant spaces. Would take a vanilla box as well, but prefer second gen space. And he's looking anywhere between 1,800 to about 2,500 square feet. We're at lease in Peabody, and have a couple of LOIs going out. So he's super active. So if you guys have anything in mind, territory is pretty much anywhere. He's flexible as long as it's a good market. He'll take a look at it. So please let me know if you guys have anything that could work. Thanks.
Hey everyone, God, Roberto, that beard is amazing. And Quinn, that flavor saver too. Shit, like I wish I kept my mustache going. I just feel like I screwed it on that one. But it's good to see everyone. And Evan, love your shaved head as well. Don't want to not mention that. But I'll mention a couple deals recently that are just about to be signed or have already been signed. Geico signed 4 deals, one in Chelmsford, one in West Springfield, one in Shrewsbury, and another one we're wrapping up right now in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Another market that they're looking at right now that's open is Providence, mainly kind of North Providence, as they've got a franchisee or agent right now in the Warwick market. So anywhere along, I'd say Mineral Spring Ave is where we'd be looking. So if you have anything in that Providence and North Providence area, let me know. Another tenant that's pretty active right now but selective is H Mart. Really looking for urban Boston deals, as well as anything in Massachusetts as well. But if it is going to be outside the city, I would say that it would be more of a second generation grocery store or grocery anchor. So if you have anything of that, give me a call. They can be pretty flexible, 10,000 to 30,000 square feet in the urban setting, but can get big as 50 to 60,000. So keep me in mind for that. And I'll keep it short here. Just another tenant that is still active is Duncan. We're working with them in all of urban Boston. So if you have anything from, I'd say 800 to, 1,800 to 2,000 square feet, keep us in mind as well. And we're coming to the market. You'll see a blast either probably tomorrow or early next week on a bunch of Sears and Kmart properties. A couple to mention right now. We've got the Kmart and Sears in Brockton, one at the mall, and then the other one along Main Street, kind of on the Bridgewater line there. So we've got those two, Braintree, Fitchburg, and Hooksett as well. There are a couple others that are probably going to swing our way too in the next couple days to weeks. So if you have anyone looking for some big box anchor space, give me a call. That's about it.
Thank you for the shout out there, Andrew. I feel like if anybody has a barber shop, they're going to be the ones busy post-COVID. When CBRE, I got a couple new listings. Unfortunately, some of them are COVID related. One of them being the Automatic Restaurant in Kendall Square. That is owned by Biomed Realty. So at 50 Hampshire is the building itself. We also have a cafe space on the other side. That was a former Tate. So the brochure is being made for the Automatic, but if anybody has an active restaurant that wants a fully built out restaurant itself, liquor license to go with it, let us know. The cafe space is 1,100 square feet. We have a couple proposals on that, but looking for a nice amenity for that one. One listing we got in Brookline is 455 Harvard Street. That is in between Coolidge Corner, and it's a brand new development. Condos upstairs, 1,700 square feet. Landlord put in black iron venting up to the roof, so it's ready for any type of fast casual or restaurant. Asking around 50s triple net. Nets there are $9. And then another one in Back Bay is 410 Boylston Street, kind of a large format, so 4,300 square feet with 1,000 square feet in the lower level. Would love to target fitness, grocery markets, really anything. It's going to be probably one of the most incentivizing rent deals in the Back Bay right now at mid 50s triple net. And then another restaurant is the Papagayo space on West Street, downtown Crossing. That is on 2 floors for early serving, and then they have a lower level that has a full kitchen there as well. So brochure is being made for that one. And then a new listing, kind of a power listing that we just picked up is 500 Boylston Street, which is owned by Oxford. And that is a complete re-merchandising of the whole property. We are finalizing that brochure that will have cut up spaces, everything from 1,000 square feet to 6,000 square foot restaurants. So if any ideas, please send our way. Keeping it really short this time, but that's it.
Boom. Tough to follow the facial hair of my coworkers, Roberto, Cordero, and Alex Quinn. I must say I've been growing it out just as long as them, but not the same results. But Sean Rose, CBRE, hope everyone's doing well. 2 new listings we picked up. Warwick, Rhode Island on Route 2, the Warwick Center. It's at the signalized intersection of Bald Hill Road and Universal Boulevard. 16,800 square foot inline space coming available. Is currently available, but the Party City next to it can come available. So you can combine those to get about 38,000 square feet for a nice junior box space. Saugus on Route 1, the Regency Center. Northbound Route 1, we have the Verizon space coming available, 2,200 square feet. We have a 2,100 square foot space on the north side of the plaza in the middle, which we think would be great for a fitness concept. At least with an end cap on the north side of the plaza, and then also have 2 small 1,200 square foot inline spaces available. And Muscle Maker as well will be coming available at the corner there, about 2,000 square feet. That's the plaza anchored by Lazy Boy, Traders, PetSmart. Then 2 tenants we're working with Ryan Minahan with Noria. They are a family-owned and operated convenience store fuel retailer headquartered in Worcester. Majority of their locations are in Western Mass and Connecticut. They have about 276 gas locations. They're the largest operator of Shell in New England and also have 140-ish C-store locations. In 2018, they started rebranding their own concept of C-stores called Noria with their own food line and whatnot. You can check out their locations at Logan Airport, and I believe their first one was Lewiston, Maine, as to what those look like. But looking for about acre and a half plus land sites to buy, but they will ground lease as well, signalized intersections on busy streets. And as well, the other tenant we're working with is Idolize out of Charlotte. They have about 15 locations, and they're looking for their first one in New England. We have a franchisee out of New Hampshire is looking in southern New Hampshire, as well as a little bit in northern Mass, like Burlington, Woburn area. There's 60% brow threading concepts, but also will do some wax and facials as well. That's it. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This is Dan Dory from Blackline Retail. I hope everyone is doing well. My wife cut my hair with kitchen scissors last night, and so I'm not ready for prime time. Hopefully by the next one, we'll sharpen her skills, and I'll be ready to go live on the video. I want to talk to you guys about 3 junior anchor spaces that we're working on. 2 of them are former AC Moore spaces. One of them is 21,000 square feet at Patriot Place in what's called the South Marketplace, next to Trader Joe's and Ulta. Another one is 24,000 square foot in Salem, New Hampshire, in the Market Basket Shopping Center right next to Bed Bath & Beyond. Both of those are former AC Moores. And then we're also working on a new listing, which is a supermarket that is operating now, but will be closed later this year in Swansea. It's the Price Right, located at 58 Swansea Mall Drive. It's a 2-tenant shopping center with Dollar Tree, and then this 30,000 square foot supermarket space, which will be essentially turnkey for a supermarket operator later this year. If you guys have any thoughts for those 3 junior anchor spaces, would love to chat with you.
Thanks, everybody. We made it this far, so now it's my turn. So I want to talk about a recent deal at a property in Burlington. This is the shops at Simon's Park. This is the former Building 19 site, if you're all familiar with it. We've got whole bunch of stuff going on here. Safari Kids, the tenant in the corner, 7,008 square feet, is probably opening now that they're allowed to any day now. And then we have Cambridge Savings Bank that signed a lease up in, I think it's the space right here, and they should be opening probably later this fall. Got a couple bites on this restaurant space here that is 4,008 square feet, exterior patio, licensed for up to 150 seats, restaurant space fully built out, serious TI allowance available, liquor license is part of the deal, somewhat coveted in Burlington, even though there's probably some fallout that's COVID related. And then the other listing I want to talk about is Morrisville, Vermont. If anybody's been to Stowe, there's a town just north of it where it's actually affordable to live. So the vast majority of people that live in Stowe, or work in Stowe rather, live in Morrisville, co-tenancy, big lots, Dollar Tree, probably one of the top McDonald's in the state. We have a 19,000 square foot space coming available, currently occupied by Peebles, which that company was a train wreck to begin with. So we've got a lot of opportunity here. And if anybody has anybody that's looking in Vermont, let me know. We'd love a gym, other kind of discount grocery use, or anything else. And then furthermore, we've got a fully built out end cap restaurant that's 3,900 square feet that is fully fixtured and ready to go. And then that is it. So thank you all for attending. Sorry about the choppy startup to all this, but I'm a better broker than I am IT person. And then furthermore, this video, the slideshow that you're seeing on screen, as well as the audio, will all be available on our website. So feel free to check that out starting, if I can get my act together, tomorrow. Hope everybody's doing well. And thanks to our two sponsors, Northmark Bank and then Barlow Signs just signed up with us. So we're excited to have both of those, and see you guys next time.